Alert. Failure to match nearby hostiles to known protectorate biological signatures. Providence identified. Standing for the protectorate colonial anthem is not required at this time.
Huh? Better take it.
Enemy spotted.
With so many stinkers!
And ready. And ready. Exposure. Undermining.
Right.
Should be able to sort this out with the rift modulator.
Plasma hazard ahead. Please take an alternate route.
I'm glad we chose not to die via
Plasma exposure. Definitely not a pleasant way to go.
Advance!
A voice match has been found for Agent Pascal.
Oh, get away from me.
Wait. Commander, how do I know you won't turn against me as well? How do I know you...
Not
You're Wait. There was something else. Law, I knew something was the... So she never intended for any of us to survive. So I assume you got a plan? To help me? You do, don't you? No.
Sharp enough.
The death of Agent Pascal meets all necessary requirements to be determined a mercy killing. Well done, Commander. You spared Agent Pascal suffering and torment.
Short-range rover
has emerged from the Providence, Commander. Destination, horizon point. Intention, unknown.
Help you?
Hostiles.
Who introduced the flaw into our...
Those dragoons may not be in the best shape after being pulled from the rift, but that makes them no less deadly.
N-ray. Exposure. N-ray. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
That rift has absorbed plasma. Never seemed to be so close. Too much mayhem to be sown to stop and talk right now.
This is scientist Bernard Rand, sent to Horizon Point Station by order of the consul. While monitoring the reconstitution, I picked up strange readings in the old skip lab. The core appears to be pulling plasma tightly around it, not unlike a planet and its moons. Fascinating, though it thwarts my attempts to gather more data. Fortuitously, in searching the remains of the
I can't.
equation that could manipulate just enough to clear the chamber. And my way to professional acclaim. Let this be a record of protectorate ingenuity. Bernard Rand, the man who most fearlessly
We have located.
So, we need an equation to clear...
This terminal entry has a 98% chance of containing
There's no way
statements
the
that
Sovereign
are
figured this out on his own.
100% false.
Let's...
Please input this equation in the skip lab terminal at your earliest convenience.
Well, that was beautiful. Both the science and the rift.
With our observations in the laboratory,
Unfriendly combat range.
Now that the rover's ours, we should make haste to get to the Providence. We have business with that rift.
Attention. Please report to intake for processing.
Priority. Unseal the hangar.
Attention, crew deck. Intruder alert. Be vigilant.
The reinforcements we ordered.
And not a moment too soon.
detectable.
I suspected those sounds of open conflict owed to you. Come, in spite of your both the modulator and the conductor of this ill-conceived indeed look for.
Multiple threats and hazards identified.
Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Please take 3 deep breaths before...
What? We need access credentials now? Enough of this. Let's just start killing.
Far simpler. The rift modulator is likely located on this deck. More information may aid in its acquisition.
Modulator is...
Accessing report. Rift restoration analysis. Every test of reconstitution. The modulate, unfortunately, and we are now all... I've included extensive notes.
Look sharp! It's a fight! We got the schematics, but it's that other information that's perplexing. If Rift is constant,
What are they doing? Make whatever you want. We can concern ourselves with that later. First, let's find the console.
Emergency burner.
Your punctuality is as commendable as ever. How did you fare in security? And did you find anything else of note? When we know it proves definitively that life did not originate. No, I have run the numbers, and should you wish to negotiate with the consul, you must be strategic. He will not react well to it.
The Earth.
You should take, and if greater.
And I'll start by ridding it of trespassers like you. You are a relic of an impotent institution, propelled forward by nothing more than luck and fool. But now you're here, scurrying around my... Tell me. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan. When the matriarch discovered the first...
Look sharp!
If the readouts are
Wait.
Though it may be troubling to you, this conclusion holds no uncertainty. Someone present must do this. This is not possible. I will take the schematics back with me, and using the processed rift data, of course. The Order will begin production of more modulators that can be operated at a safe distance.
The Earth direct...
Your death.
It appears... Detecting unexpected levels of excitement. Congratulations on your imminent death, Agent Leitinger.
I wasn't asked...
This unit will remain behind to tell your stories. However, local censorship laws may dictate redacting elements of Agent Leitinger's field history.
Sacrificed themselves to save the galaxy. No one knew their motives or thoughts in those final moments, though legends grew around this mythical agent of the Earth Directorate all the same. Asa happily joined the commander on his final voyage, an enthusiastic partner in sacrifice. And thus she finally found a peaceful, poetic death within the raging chaos at the center of her turbulent life. Vigilant Hogarth was declared a traitor to the Protectorate, along with most other Westport townsfolk. They were judged according to the paradigm, then sentenced to be executed until dead, forever tied to the city they could not protect. The Order returned Alexandra Monastery and Matriarch's Mercy to their original purpose, contemplating the clockwork of the universe in pursuit of solving the equation, while thoughtfully relocating refugees to another settlement. The abbot carried on as the head of the monastery, a task he excels at in peacetime. He was assigned a new seer who lacked Wiley's ambition. They got along much better. Zebulon Tran was apprehended plotting against the Protectorate and sent to mental refreshment. Reluctant to name collaborators, he was subjected to the lathe at its highest setting. He emerged as the perfect Protectorate subject, with no memory of either Niles or his sister. Having died at the peace talks, Augustine DeVries' treachery was never known to the Earth Directorate. She is forever remembered as the star agent who tragically went missing during her mission. Val continued to serve the Earth Directorate faithfully for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. Niles remained torn about the Earth Directorate and his place in it. His victory at the reconstituted Horizon Point turned to ash in his mouth when he learned that his friend, Zebulon Tran, was captured while attempting a heist on the tomb of the Matriarch. Niles slipped away from the incognito one evening to attempt to free Zebulon from mental refreshment and make amends for the past. He was never seen or heard from again. With full control of the archive and the modulator schematics in hand, the Order called upon all Ascendants to collaborate in one purpose, that of rebuilding Arcadia. Ruth Bassar proceeded to interface with the archive, an agonizing process that shortened her life, yet accelerated the Order's work in solving the universal equation. Decades into the future, she would be recognized as the most efficient presiding bishop in Order history. With the old auntie dead, a new figurehead was needed to keep up appearances. Company execs fast-tracked auditions for a new auntie, but it was too little, too late for the corporation's influence to recover, leaving it ripe for a hostile takeover. A grateful Order bestowed the commander with a posthumous academic position equivalent to a laureate, noting they were on permanent academic hiatus due to extreme heroism. Adrift without firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. A small band of hardliners collaborated to preserve their society in the face of Arcadia's new leadership. Forced to think for themselves after a lifetime of luxurious certainty, they let the teachings of the matriarch guide them, finding their way as best they could. When Sovereign Varric was discovered in mental refreshment, the Order attempted to help him recover without much success. He lived out the rest of his addled days at Laplace's garden, often spotted sitting by the pond and staring at the water. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. With the Protectorate on its last legs post-invasion, the Earth Directorate took the opportunity to renegotiate its purchase of skip drives with the new leadership of Arcadia. The Order allowed the Earth Directorate to establish a base of operations in Arcadia as a sort of local security force. In exchange, the Order would be allowed to continue their scientific pursuits undisturbed. Thanks to the Order's thoughtful planning, the rifts were all closed and all colonies in proximity to Arcadia were saved. But the fate of those farther out in the galaxy remains unclear. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia, its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.